what you're doing now is very different to the intense job you had with WWE the last few years. What has the adjustment been like to go from that full-time, full-on job to now a job where I guess there's maybe a little bit more, organicness as to how you do it? How have you found the adjustment in AEW?
I'm enjoying it immensely because I never considered what I did before. Although it was work, it wasn't, I didn't think about it until I wasn't doing it. And then you realize you haven't got 150 people to look after. And everybody, especially the last few years, all what's going on in their lives, and it's all real stuff. And, I was the human element of that, where we all were at the PC and having to deal with a lot of people from a lot of different countries and me the same, and not being able to. But now I don't have to. I still have a lot of people that I know that for whatever reason, because I'm old and whatever, they still come to me, but it's not as much as I used to have. And so, I just go to the ring. I'm came in as talent, but I can't help just doing me. The job title I had in WWE was because they couldn't say, is the director of being William Regal. And they made up a job title for me of whatever talent development, because I just do me. And I say these things, but that I help people. I listen to people. People know they can trust me. I give them my word. I'm not going to say anything to anybody. So I'm just a go-to thing, person for everybody. And so, but you do a lot of it. Now I'm talent. I'm doing that anyway. I'm out the ring. I like to train. There was a few years where I couldn't train with people because I was ill. Well, I'm not now, and I'm bouncing around, and I'm out there from early in the morning with Brian, and we're training people, and people are coming up to me and asking me things, and we end up. I don't, apart from eating, which I have to remember to eat from the moment I get there to the moment I leave. I'm talking wrestling with somebody. And it's either people this week. It's back to doing like I used to in the PC before. I was doing skull sessions this week. People showing me their matches on their phones or on their iPads. Can you watch this? Something I did on Dark or Elevation, and can we break it down? And what can I do better? So I'm doing the exact same stuff as I've always done, but I don't. It's not 100% my gig, if that, or it's not as much and as many components going on. As far as the actual, the incredible thing that I've riding the coattails on Brian and John and Wheeler, that's a real thing for us, by the way. That, I mean, we really believe in that, in helping talent and bringing talent up, and that's always been the case. We're getting to focus on Wheeler at the moment, and anybody who wrestles them is going to get better through it, because that's how I got better. That's how Brian got better. John got better. You wrestle better people. Well, we really believe in that. But me just being William Regal, the character, is wonderful, because I don't think twice about it. I don't think about anything. I just go out and say what comes out of all this, whatever's been going on in the last 39 years and all the stuff before that it's sunk in. And you'll understand this, you'll probably get a lot more of the references than a lot of American people of the little bits of entertainers and whatever else. It just comes out, and I don't have to think about it, and I just react. I react off whatever situation. So that's a lot of fun, being able to do that, and just be me and being with people that I believe in. And we all get on, and like I say, with it being such a real thing, that we really do believe in being the best pro wrestlers you can be, and the fact that making, I know I try not to go on too much, but I've done a lot, and I used to, and I'm talking about my old company, now, but when you start off trying to make connections with people, it's like with Brian or with John or now with Wheeler. If you've got 30 people you've got to do that with, you can only get so much to them. When you've got a concentrated group, you make connections and you learn each other's ins and outs, and then you can really get to the core of breaking stuff down. Yesterday, I got a text off Wheeler. As soon as I got home, I've given him a list of 50 old British matches from the 70s and 80s. I said, if you can just take one little bit out of every single one of those, and take it, and I can explain how to do it properly, but you can have that in your mind then, and then you're never stuck for something to do that's different, or a way of doing something that you don't see anybody do anymore, and usually a vicious way of doing something, because I come from a different thing, so he will look different than a lot of the wrestlers that are out there that are just watching American wrestling or Japanese wrestling. So it goes like that, and then anybody who gets to wrestle any of the VCC are getting that passed on to them, whether they know it or not. No different than that. When I was a teenager, I got to wrestle all these fellas that have had all these experiences. Well, you wrestle them enough, or you just wrestle them once and then analyze it. Oh, wow, I got schooled there, but what can I take from that?
I had a talent contract as well as as an employee contract, and it didn't run out till the end of April because I played William Regal. I started for AEW on the 2nd of March, or when I was 7th of March. I didn't call anybody else. I just sent that message straight to the boss. Hey boss, I've got this opportunity, this thing, Brian, and he loves Brian as well. Absolutely, you go. And still paid me till the end of my talent contract. So I was the only person who ever got paid by both companies at the same time.